all of us are intuitive. Okay, all of us are intuitive, whether we own that intuition or not, whether we give weight to that intuition or not, doesn't matter. So even all those people that you think are sleeping, or the sheeple, or, whatever the derogatory terms are for the folks going along with the program, they too are intuitive, and especially when they're actually paying attention to stuff. And this is the problem, really, is that people aren't really paying attention to things. They're very in the program. They're worried about tomorrow. They're full of regrets of yesterday. You know what I mean? This is part of how the program can really take people over. And I would say this dear starshine is in the program a lot. Definitely into health and taking care of themselves. But when it comes to politics and the basic view of reality, they're very much in the program. But yet, when paying attention, extraordinarily intuitive and right on with their intuition. So I had a lot of thoughts going on in my mind this morning about things, and I was feeling particularly challenged to stay with the moment, to stay with the day. So wouldn't you know it, this dear starshine, who one might consider a sheep, right, was thinking about me and sends me this lovely clip. And they tell me they read this every morning, and this is what they send. There are 2 days in every week about which we should not worry. 2 days which should be kept free from fear and apprehension. One of these days is yesterday, with its mistakes and cares, the faults and blunders, the aches and pains. Yesterday has passed forever beyond our control. All the money in the world cannot bring back yesterday. We cannot undo a single act we performed. We cannot erase a single word we said. Yesterday is gone. The other day we should not ever worry about is tomorrow. With its possible adversities, its burdens, its large promise, its poor performance, tomorrow is also beyond our immediate control. Tomorrow's sun will rise, either in splendor or behind a mask of clouds, but it will rise. Until it does, we have no stake in tomorrow, for it is yet unborn. This just leaves us only with one day. Today. Any person can fight the battles of just one day. It is only when you and I add the burdens of those two awful eternities, yesterdays and tomorrows, that we break down. And this is what the program depends on, that we carry the burdens of yesterday and today. So things become overwhelming. So we will actually give up. I'm not reading this. This is the point of the program. All right, the last sentence, the last paragraph here is, it is not the experience of today that drives people mad. It is the remorse and bitterness for something which happened yesterday and the dread of what tomorrow may bring. Let us therefore live but one day at a time. Okay. A beautiful, intuitive send from a dear starshine, whom one could easily refer to as a person in the program. I don't want to call them a sheep, because I really appreciate this human. I think they're a great human being. But I can see other folks in our genre referring to them as a sheep. For example, when we first started conversating, we would argue about politics. And not that I had any view about politics other than it's all a scam to make you distracted. And that was they're very into the liberal perspective. So anyway, this is important to take into account. The people that we consider asleep, the people we consider in the programs, the people we consider, sheep or whatever that term is, muggles, they are intuitive when they're paying attention. And I suppose the next level of that, when they're paying attention because they actually care, right? All of us are intuitive, all of us. So it's not necessarily fair to look at that particular population as too far gone, right? They're not too far gone. Our fellow humans are not too far gone. They just need help slowing down, and they need help remembering or learning how to pay attention again. Okay? So when you narrow it down to something so simple, it feels a lot more doable, doesn't it? Versus saving the world, waking up the world, changing the world, right? I mean, we have all these ideas like, how can possibly anybody who's asleep catch up to what's actually going on? It's like they don't need to go down the rabbit hole. Not like you and I do. You and I go down rabbit holes, right? And it's because we're curious. We're interested in information. In my case, a lot of people send me their most triggering information so I can help them sort out a a sane way through it, an empowered perspective, right? A liberated perspective. But they don't need to do that. That larger collective that's asleep, they need only the time and space, the moment to actually pay attention. That's all they need. How to pay attention, how to slow down. And when that happens, and it will happen, it is happening, then they'll wake up. But in the meantime, the programs, the shenanigans are going to keep ramping up to keep people in reactive mode. And our human bodies can't stay in reactive mode indefinitely. So it will come to the point in time where they will have to take care of their health or the health of someone they love. And that will be the moment that forces them to slow down. That will be the moment that forces them to pay attention. You see? So we're not on this journey all by ourselves. We have the circumstances of the universe working in our favor. We truly do.